What is the relationship of agroecology to sustainability, or sustainable agriculture, that word that's thrown around so much?
You see, it depends on how you define sustainable and what is it that you want to sustain. If you go to the website of Monsanto or other corporations that are promoting, big business, big agribusiness, what they want to sustain is their systems, their corporate industrial agriculture. That's what they want to sustain. So they talk about sustainable agriculture, but the way they define it it's very different from other people like myself. For example, to me, sustainable agriculture is a goal. It's not a method of production. It's a goal of development. But when everybody says, well, sustainable agriculture is an agriculture that is environmentally sound, socially just, economically viable, culturally sensitive, et cetera, but when you get into the nitty-gritty of defining what is socially just, then that's when the politics come in and the different political perspectives collide. Because for me, socially just means that we need to do land reform to give land to the peasants because they are the ones that are feeding the world. And that definition of socially just doesn't go along with the definition of Monsanto, or doesn't go along with the definition of the organic farming movement, which in this country has become very, very elitist, because only the rich people have access to organic food. And to me, we need to democratize the food system so that the right to food is realized for everybody, not just for the ones that can afford the healthy food.
Wait a minute now. You said the peasants are the main ones supplying food to the world? That can't be true. I mean, after the Green Revolution, Monsanto and all these guys, they must be doing it, yes?
Well, it turns out that it's not my data. It's data from the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization that has shown, and many other reports show, that small farmers, which are about 350 million farmers in the world, occupying 20% of the land, using 20% of the water, 30% of the fossil fuels, producing no greenhouse gas emissions, are the ones that are producing 70% of the food that we eat in the world. Corporate agriculture, which is only 20% of the farmers, occupies 80% of the land, using 80% of the water, 70% of the fossil fuels, and producing 35% of the greenhouse gases, are only producing 30% of the food that we eat in the world, because they are really not interested in producing food. They're interested in producing biomass, biofuels, bioplastics, biopharmaceuticals, whatever. If food is something that is profitable for them, they will produce it, but that's not their main objective. So these people using most arable land of the world are not producing the food, and they are the ones that are causing climate change.
I love you, man.